Hey everyone, Comic Builds here, and today I'm going to take a look at set number 71360, Adventures with Mario. The set contains 231 pieces and retails for $60 US and $70 Canadian. But first, let's just take a look at this box. This box just on its own is really cool because it's shaped so differently than normal regular Lego boxes because it's got all sorts of angles on it. Like this is supposed to be the front bit here and it's curved up like that. Goes all the way around here. This flap here with Mario. It's got a lot of detail on it. Information on the left here. And then it says start of course at the bottom. Official Nintendo licensing there. And then it curves this way now. So it's not a perfect 90-degree angle. It's a strange angle going on this way. And it tells you some things that Mario can do here. It shows a picture of the actual Mario from the Nintendo games. Interact and collect coins. And then over here, it just gets even weirder because now it's going down this way and up this way. It's just so absurd, but yet cool. And it's like it shows some of the interactables there. It shows an actual size Mario there, and it shows you a couple of things you can do with the course there. So this thing is just really wacky. And even just opening it up, there's the first flap here, and you get the second flap and the third flap here. And now on the inside, there's not as much as you think that there is with space because they've kind of tricked you with all the angles that the box has. So it's just really weird, but yet cool at the same time. Taking a look at the quote-unquote manual here, this is actually a quick start guide, so it doesn't actually include instructions to build the actual set. But this is pretty thin because it's not instructions, but it's thick for not having instructions. Here it shows you how to set up Mario with batteries. Screwdriver is not included in the set, and then it shows you how to start up with the app, the Super Mario app, which you can access through a smart device. And it shows you some things you can do with the course there, some promotional stuff there, advertisements, whatnot, more promotions and advertisements, and then instructions and stuff in different languages. And then at the very back we have the Lego Rebuild the World there, and that's it. All the instructions for actually building it are digital. Before I take a look at the actual set, I just want to take a look at Lego Mario first, because this is really what most people are buying the set for. So there are two buttons in the back, the Bluetooth button here, and the power button. Let's just press the power button.
Lego Mario time!
And the LCD screens pop up, one in his chest, and then there's two for his eyes there, and his mouth. I'm pretty sure that's one big screen there, though. I'm not entirely sure, don't quote me on that. And there's a light underneath, sorry if that's bugging the camera a bit, and that's to show to be able to read codes better, because this interacts with special codes included sets, and if you're in a dark place you can still read codes because of that light. So this thing does detect motion, it can detect color, it can make sounds, and it has the screens on it, and those are the basic things there. And so let's just take a look at reading colors first. There is a reader underneath where the light is. Just going to show you that that's there. So with green, the color green, he steps on it, and he makes a different sound there for stepping on grass. Any picture comes up for grass. You can step on the grass. You see you got a coin there for stomping around a bunch if you stomp anywhere. You can't collect coins. I just don't want to do that too fast because I don't want to damage them too much. On the hard table here that I have, you can also take the yellow as sand. And this piece here is actually not included in this set. This is a part of a different set and a couple other sets actually. So this is, just note that this is not included. There are no yellow pieces in this color in the actual set. And then there are two other colors, red and blue, and these kind of work in conjunction with one another. There's water and lava. You can't actually stomp around on to get coins or anything because you burn up. And after 3 sort of burn-ups, Mario is set on fire, and his eyes are like that. You take him off, he can't do anything for a little bit, he can't collect coins or anything, and then he calms down. But if you get to that third stage, you put him in water, get some coins for sort of cooling him down, even though realistically that makes no sense, and in the games, if you touch lava, you're out of the game. So, I mean, it's the Lego Mario system is its own game, so I don't really care too much about game accuracy, but that's pretty much it for color. And then he can detect motion, so if I just stomp around, it makes a normal stepping sound. If he kicks forward, that's pretty cool. And you probably can't see it, but I'm going to whip him up into the air, and he's going to make a jumping sound. So that's really cool. Also, this has 7 pieces on it, if I'm not mistaken. He has 2 1x1 circular tiles for his ears, and the same piece in yellow for buttons, trousers, and then his hat, and then the main Mario system itself. If I take the hat off, there are 4 studs underneath, so you can interact this thing with actual Lego bricks. It's not like it's just its own thing and you can't do anything with it. Well, kind of, but so you can build off of that, which is really neat. His arms can move around, and you can take off his trousers, and he'll say that. And this reads some stuff so that if you have the special power-up packs with different types of trousers, he does give different power-ups due to the plastic mold touching these. So that's how that works. And then with his hands, with his hands he can actually hold on to Lego elements like that. It doesn't work too well. It does sometimes fall out of his hands, but as you can see, there's just like a small hand inside of his hand so that he can grasp it while maintaining the large sort of bulky build for his arms and hands there. And you can actually take these arms off, and these work as minifigure arms. You can put them on. You can put them on minifigures if you really wanted to. And yeah, overall this thing's kind of weird without any clothes on. And then if you power down,
See you later.
he powers down, he says see you later, and now he just looks really creepy with his eyes turned off there. So you can see there's the speaker in the top of the head there, and then the screwdriver hole there, and then this entire back part comes out and requires 2 AAA batteries, which are not included in this set. There are 2 buildable characters in this set, one of them being a Goomba, just a regular basic Goomba there. And I really do like the build of this because it's got these really nice sloped pieces here, a printed 2x2 tile on top, and then this newly introduced feet piece there that attaches underneath, and that looks really cool. And there's also the code on top there with the little picture of a Goomba there, and this interacts with Mario. So if I bring him over
Lego Mario time.
and power him up, now the reader is active, and you get a coin for reading this code, so stomping on Goomba. So there's the back, so they plain 2x2 tile there, and you can actually collect up to 2 coins with Goomba by stomping on him twice. See, I got 2 coins. However, if I do it, let's say 4 times, I still only get 2 coins. So the cap on Goomba is 2 coins. So yeah, this thing's pretty cool, and I love how it interacts with Mario. The second buildable figure is Bowser Jr., and this guy looks fantastic because he's got a lot of new pieces and a lot of new prints exclusive to this figure and this set. So first off, just right off the bat, there's a new piece here, the 2x4 rounded off tile here. That's a really cool new piece, and I love the printing on there with this giant smile and his 2 nostrils flaring there. And he just sticks that onto his face like that, so he's got this comically large mouth, which I really like, and he's got a 1x3 brick there with printed eyes, 2x3 tile here with a printed bib for Bowser Jr. there, and he's got 2 arms sticking on the side so he can hold on to Lego elements like poles and stuff, and he's got this newer piece here in yellow for legs. I keep dropping everything, and this is really cool. I think it's pretty neat. And you can't use it for too many things with mocks and stuff, but if you just put that on there, it really does work well for Bowser Jr. And then with this shell piece, this piece is exclusive to this set as of this time, being in green. However, the mold is not exclusive. And there's a code on the back for Bowser Jr. There, you can see the picture. That is exclusive to this set. And then I also like the little hair on the top of his head there with that little chisel piece. I think that works really well. Also, you can take the shell off if you wanted to. And then if I peel this 2x4 plate off, there's a hole in there, so you can grab a Lego pole or something and stick it in there to push off this tile here, so this isn't stuck in there forever. You can get that out if you want to replace it with a plain 2x2 green tile if you just wanted to make it look more for display more than play. But this thing actually is different than the Goomba with the interactability on the back. That's what you're supposed to do. So you're supposed to knock Bowser Jr. down like that. And instead of stomping on him once or twice, you stomp on him multiple times, like this. Total of 5 times. You can see we had this sort of build up with the bump, 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 boom. So it doesn't give you coins until you get all 5 hits down on him, and it does give you 10 coins, which is really neat. So it's really good for the playability aspect there for Lego Mario. Another interactable, although it's not a character, is the question mark block here. And this is on a floating platform with 2 bricks here. I really like the look of this. It's very displayable and iconic for Lego Mario. The code is on the top there. And what this does is it gives you a 1 of 6 chance to get an item for Mario. So let's stomp on it once there. You got 10 coins. So the options of things you can get are 1 coin, 5 coins, 10 coins, a mushroom power-up, and a time power-up, as well as star power-up. Time power-up is 15 extra seconds in the course. And yeah, that's really neat, and you can't get anything twice when you're in the same round. However, you can keep going and eventually continuously getting 1 coin over and over again, but you can't get 10 coins like 5 times or anything. It's like once you get it, it's done unless it's 1 coin. Here's 2 more interactables with the warp pipe on the left and the finishing flagpole on the right. The warp pipe starts the course and the flagpole finishes the course, kind of like the flagpole finishes the course in most Mario games. However, the warp pipe is just sort of its own thing, kind of like in the second level of the original Super Mario Brothers. You go into the pipe first and you finish at the flagpole. I don't know, kind of neat. But these are the codes, at least, are exclusive to this set and this set only. The warp pipe piece here seems exclusive, however, it is in the Guarded Fortress set that came out in the same wave as this. And what these pieces do is it starts and ends the course. So if I put Mario over the starting piece there, it starts the course and you have 60 seconds to get as many coins as you can, and then landing on the flagpole. As you can see, I got 0 coins because I did not collect any collectibles or anything. I didn't stomp around a ton to get coins or anything, so that's that. However, I'll show you what happens when you get any coins. So if I just start the course. It shows you the number of coins. Now, if I forget how many coins I got, you can go back to the flagpole here, put Mario back on the code, and it'll show you how many coins you got in your previous score. And also, if you're using the app, you can record your scores by taking pictures of the courses, and it coordinates the picture with the number of coins you got that round. Now, instead of taking a look at each individual piece here with the rest of the course, I decided to do one large sort of setup display, and I'm just going to show you things one at a time, going from the beginning of the course where the start pipe would be to the end with showing you different pieces. Here is a grass piece here, on a water piece there, and a larger water piece, so that's pretty neat. So you can expand the course, and you can also place items and interactables on top of there, and villains and stuff, so you can place that like that. It connects pretty well. You can put a Goomba on there. Still connects well, and you can still knock it off easily. And then this piece right here is the bridge, I have to call it. I don't know if it has an exact name or not, because I haven't seen this in games. I'm pretty sure it's Lego's own sort of game function, because this completely changes up the game, and it becomes a game of keeping Mario balanced. Because if I place Mario on here, it plays Bowser's Castle music, which is a little bit strange. But if I move him around, he collects a bunch of coins. However, if I knock him down, he becomes knocked out and you can't collect coins for a couple of seconds there. So there is a penalty for falling down, so you have to keep him on the platform at all times. You don't want him to fall off at all. However, if you do have a mushroom power-up, then you will survive the fall. Moving along to the left here, we have one of the 4x4 Super Mario plates here in blue, one in red. We have an 8x8 red plate here with some little platforms for Mario to stand on. So if you bring him over here, you place him over here, if you stay on these, he won't be hit by the lava, so it's not like you're just walking along the lava, he ends up getting burned up. But over here is a launching system, so you can put any of the 4x4 plates of Super Mario on there, and you press on this, and it'll launch the plate. And you're not really supposed to use your finger, you're supposed to use Mario, so I'm going to do that. It's, I find it a little bit trickier, but... And now that piece is lost forever. No, not actually. But then, so that's pretty neat. And you can also put enemies on that plate, like a Goomba. You can knock the Goomba down and sort of defeat him, or Bowser Jr. You can put any of these other pieces that are on the same 4x4 system on top of this. However, you can't put like an 8x8 plate on top of it or anything like that. Still moving along the course here, we have the castle build here. And this is technically 2 castles attached together. And the purpose of this is typically to put Bowser Jr. in, because it's his castle, I guess. I like to use it as that. Or you can put a Goomba in there, or you can just leave nothing in there. It could just be a place to go, you stomp by. But this is technically 2 castles, so I am able to get this piece off. There we go. It's technically two pieces here. It's a smaller castle, and another one here. You can attach this along the course. You can put it anywhere you want, really, but I think it looks best attached in here. And there's not too much going on. It's very simplistic. It goes the same design all around. And there's not much to really do unless you have an enemy on top there. Moving on, we have one of these 4x4 sort of grass blocks here. Smallest one here is only 1 block high in the middle between those two. And then here's 3 blocks high. And then here is, I believe, 5 blocks high. So that's really cool looking, and I really like this one the best. It just looks the coolest, I think. And then you'd end the course here by attaching the flagpole. Or at least this is my course. You don't have to set your course up to the same as this. And there are also a few decorations you can put around your course, like a pink flower, an orangish yellow flower, a tree, one of the Mario trees. I think this looks really cool and accurate to what the trees look like in Super Mario. And you have a cloud build here too, so that's really neat. So those are just really nice things that you can add to the course to jazz it up a bit, so it's not as plain and boring. And it does raise the piece count by a little bit, but not by too much, because these flowers are just 2 each. But that's really going to do it for the main pieces here. There are also a ton of extra tiles here left over from what's going on here. And there are also tiles all throughout this, because that's what connect the pieces. Because if I go back here, and I take this piece off here, you'll see that there are 2 connections there. And I'm just going to grab these 2, for example, right up close. But with these pieces, the Super Mario pieces, there's sort of gaps here. It's a hole underneath with these pieces covering it up. So you put pieces like that and that underneath. And then it's modular, so you connect it with other pieces going around like that. So I think that that's a really neat feature and something to do with the Super Mario course. It's a really neat way of playing around with Lego, with making it all modular. And I really appreciate that. It's really a fun way to play with Lego Mario. And last but not least, we have the Cloud Rider for Mario here. I'm not sure if that's necessarily what it's called, but I'm going to call it that because he rides a cloud. It's a cloud that Mario rides. And there's an interactable sticker there. Let's take a closer look at that one. It has a cloud on it. And if I place Mario on and move around, you should be collecting coins. But it's not too efficient. And what the purpose of this is for the game is apparently you're allowed to go from point A to point B by just using the cloud. So I think that's kind of foolish and kind of pointless unless you just want to get the level done as fast as you can. I think it's kind of dumb. But, I mean, it's what it is. It's a decent build. It's a little bit blocky, if you ask me, for being a cloud. It does have these nice cloud pieces and everything, but there's not too much going on for it. So, that's the set. I mean, we can create our own course now by adding the Goomba, here? No, let's put him on here. And let's place the cloud here. Let's place this here. And let's put Bowser Jr. up in his castle. Like that. And then remove all these extra tiles off to the side, and we're ready to play. So let's do a quick little run through of this. This is going to be a bit awkward for me because I'm reaching out forward and I don't want to bump the camera or anything. So I'm sorry if the score is not that great or anything like that. So let's start it off here. And you start off by going to the warp pipe and at the flagpole.
Here we go!
Let's get some coins here. I think that's enough. I switch hands now, so my hand isn't going in front of the camera. I'm using my left hand, which is not my main hand. No, that's pointless. Oh, let's jump around. And you see jumping around give you a ton of coins with the star power up, and also with the star power up, you can one-shot enemies. Like Bowser Jr., you can hit with one shot. Now let's finish it up there. 60 coins. So now on to my overview and main thoughts of this set. there's not many pieces. I'll give you that. It's not many pieces. The piece count is very low for 60 US dollars. That's a lot of money. And right here, there's not too much because there's a lot of mass here with it going from left to right. That's pretty long. However, it's all flattened down. It's all these tiles going across. There's nothing really going on. But also with the piece count, with the low piece count, there are large pieces like this. And just these pieces still, the 4x4 plates are still pretty big, I guess. But so there is some value here, but the main value is all going towards this little guy right here. Lego Mario. This thing is just so cool with how they made him work with all these cool little advancements with detecting color, motion, codes, and everything. And it's really fun to play around with. Like, it really is. Even just playing around with the course there, I know that may have looked a bit childish to you, but for me, it was actually pretty fun. Me being a teen fan of Lego, it's like, normally I don't have fun with stuff that seems that dumb, and I was like, oh. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, it looks meh. I'm not going to have fun with it, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. And my personal best score right now for just this course, nothing else included, is 150 coins from going from point A to point B. And that's really cool. And I think it's a really cool game aspect, and playing around with the app can show you all different ways to connect your pieces together to create different courses. So I think that for 60 bucks US, it's fair. It's definitely fair when you incorporate this guy into it, because this thing just looks so cool. And I know when you power it off, it may look really creepy when you just have it standing around like that. It's not the coolest for displaying, but I mean, who cares really? It's not too creepy in person compared to it being on camera. Oh well. But anyways, I give this set a good rating. I think it's a fair price. The playability is definitely there. Displayability, not as much, although I feel like this is the most displayable your course can get with all this stuff leading up to the flagpole and the castle and everything. And this is the most displayable it's probably going to get. So, yeah, I think I like this. I think you should get it if it somewhat interests you. If it really interests you, you're probably going to get it anyway. If it doesn't interest you, maybe this video changed your mind or anything. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.